Hey guys, welcome to 6th Gen Farmer. Now, for the past couple months, I've been teasing this new piece of equipment that's coming to the farm. And it started with me adding lights to the 8410, saying that I needed to get brighter lights so I could see the end of this implement as I was going down the field. And then we went ahead and we bought the 8335 RT to kind of replace the fact that we were going to use the 8410 for this implement. And well, it is finally here and I cannot wait to show you guys. This is the Fast Ag Solutions 9524 pull behind tracked sprayer, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So I know what some of you guys are thinking right now. Carson, what the heck? You guys had a big self-propelled John Deere sprayer. What are you doing with this? So, little recap. Earlier this year, my family decided to split up. So my dad, brother, and I are going off separately. And my brother and I have kind of been looking into a self-propelled sprayer for a few years now. And now that we're split up, we're no longer traveling across the entire county to farm. We're a lot more condensed, and for us the pull behind track sprayer just makes a ton of sense. Let me explain. And Cody Fast, the president of Fast Ag Solutions, is actually coming in a little bit, and he's going to kind of go over his favorite things about the sprayer. But the main reason for us switching to a pull behind sprayer is, first of all, the capacity. I mean, this is a 2,400 gallon tank. The self-propelled sprayer had a 1,200 gallon tank. And so that means at 10 gallons per acre, we can spray 240 gallons without having to fill. Or at 20 gallons per acre, we can do 120 gallons or 120 acres without having to refill. So being that we have less people now, we're gonna have less time to have a tender driver or someone in the semi-truck tendering the sprayer at all times. So the fact that I can fill this up and go spray 240 acres without anyone's help is crucial for us getting the spraying done in a timely manner this year. And then also, you guys know we're big compaction people. We hate compaction. We want to get rid of it as much as we can. That's the reason why we're basically 100% track tractors, and we put the CTIS tire inflation system on the planter. And being able to have a 2,400 gallon tank and then put it on tracks so you're not leaving a 6-inch rut every time you go across the field is crucial. And I know some of you guys are thinking, Carson, you got to pick a side. It's either tracks or CTIS. No, it's a little more complicated than that, right? And dang, these are cool tracks. I really like these. These tracks are going to be worlds better than what we had of our self-propelled sprayer. And this track system is not a normal track system. I'll have Cody kind of explain it. It moves a lot, and it's just really impressive track systems as far as tracks go. Other than that, it is a 120-foot boom with a PWM system, which I will have Cody talk about in a little bit. PWM systems are super cool. I've kind of covered them on the John Deere side before, but we're super excited to use that. And this is going to be a spraying beast. It's going to be amazing. Super excited for this. Let's get in and talk to Cody. With me today, we have Cody Fast, the president of Fast Ag Solutions, and he's going to kind of walk us around and show us some of his favorite things. And then as he goes around, I'm going to say some of the reasons that we decided to go with a big pull behind sprayer rather than a self-propelled sprayer. So Cody, if you just want to kind of go ahead and talk about the company a little bit before we get into the sprayer.
Yeah, so we're Fast Ag Solutions. We're based out of Windham, Minnesota, which isn't too far from you guys.
Pretty local.
In southwest Minnesota. So we make pull-type sprayers and side dress applicators, are two primary lines. So we have a 144,000 square foot facility in Windham, Minnesota. Been around for a little over 30 years. We are a family-owned business as well, so I'm very excited about the opportunity to get the sprayer on your guys' farm. I know you've had a self-propelled sprayer. I've been talking with your brother for a couple of years about the benefits of a high-capacity track sprayer, so I'm excited to see what you guys think about it.
I know I've mentioned it in a couple of videos too in the past. Like, we're thinking about, looking at a pull-behind sprayer, but we just don't know anything about it. And with the family split, it gave us an opportunity here to venture out a little bit, and we're really excited to test this sprayer out this year. So you kind of want to lead me over some of your favorite things about this sprayer, or what differentiates you from the competition?
Yeah. So the setup that you guys have has kind of been our bread and butter sprayer the last couple of years.
And this is actually, so what I really like about Fast is that they are farmers as well. Not only do you make sprayers, but you're testing out your own sprayers. And this was your guys' personal sprayer last 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, the last year.
Last year. Yep. So this was their personal sprayer for last year. Sorry, I cut you off there.
Oh, no problem. So this is kind of our bread and butter sprayer that we've had, especially for the last 4 years. These have really taken off. So this is a 120-foot, 2,400-gallon track sprayer. Really the primary benefits of this type of setup, and what really sets it apart, is the capacity that you get out in the field. Especially when you're spraying pre's, there's not a lot of extra guys sitting around the farm waiting to tend you out in the field. So it's just nice to be able to cover more acres without having to go back to the water trailer. Spraying soybeans, a lot of people are spraying 15, 20 gallons per acre. So just the efficiency boost that you get from it. And then just the overall package when we combine it with the track system. The flotation that you get, we've had pretty dry years the last couple of years, but in wet years it really shines.
Absolutely.
With the compaction that they're limiting on it, compared to a self-propelled sprayer, we're about a third of what the compaction is of a leading self-propelled sprayer at twice the capacity of it. So it just makes for a really nice overall package.
Yeah, and that was one of our biggest things, was compaction, because even on dry years, that 4038, the R4038 sprayer that we had would leave just terrible ruts, and it was bad. And being able to double the capacity and have less compaction is really big for us. And one thing that I've noticed with this track is it looks like there's a lot of flex points on it.
Yeah, that's what really sets it apart. So we use a Camso or a Camoplast track system. And one thing that really sets it apart, really stabilizes the boom ride with how much it flexes. So each one of these mid-rollers or idlers is the inside one tied with the outside one. So each one independently rotates side to side. So these two rotate, these two are tied together, and so on and so forth throughout. So instead of pivoting up at the axle, we're actually pivoting within the track system. So if you're on a crown of a road, it's going to adapt to that. And then you don't get the heat buildup like you did with old track systems, and that's why they stand up so much better too.
Okay, yeah, because even I noticed as I was pulling in the shop, we have a little lip going on for our cement, and each individual idler would step up onto the cement, and that's something that I've never seen, even with the tractors. Usually they kind of come over and then bounce onto this rolled over it really nice. Yeah. That was something really cool I saw.
Yeah, it's amazing going through waterways. You kind of get to the edge of the waterway, the Deere, tractor will kind of be a little rough going through, and then you just watch this track system, it just pivots right through it and just gives you a really stable boom ride.
Yeah, that's super cool. We're super excited to go with tracks on the sprayer this year. And then what about, you guys have something that's kind of unique to Fast sprayers back here too, right?
Yeah, yep. So we've always tried to be on the leading edge of technology, especially on pull type sprayers. So we've been offering pulsing nozzle systems for 7 years as a factory installed option. So this one has the capstan PWM pulsing nozzle system. So what we do is we have a solenoid on every single nozzle body.
So right here.
And there's the main benefits of it is you get pressure control. So say roughly we're just looking at the chart about 4 to 16 or something like that miles per hour. 16 miles per hour, your pressure stays the same. So the way that it does that is it varies the duty cycle, is what they call it, of these nozzles. So at the low end of your speed range, it's going to be shut more than it's open, and then as it speeds up, it's going to be open more than it's shut. So it regulates pressure, and when you regulate pressure when you're spraying, then you get consistent droplet size, you get consistent coverage, and just do a better job overall of spraying. The other big benefit you get with it is this one is tied in with the Deere Gen 4 ISO display. So you have tip-to-tip section control. So this sprayer is set up on 20-inch nozzles. So if there's just 20 inches of overlap on your chemical, it'll automatically shut it off. So it's just amazing. Excited for you guys to see it when you're going through, say, like a 45-degree angle. It just shuts off nozzle by nozzle going through the field.
No, that's gonna be really cool. And another thing is too, like point row. Something that we always had issues with our 7-section 120-foot boom was you get point rows, and now you're either overlapping a bunch or you're cutting a bunch off.
Yep.
And with individual nozzle control, that will not be an issue at all. And then also with these is, because we can control our pressure, is when we're going around the edge, we can drop that pressure down, make a bigger droplet size, and reduce drift into our neighbor's stuff. And then once we get into the field, we can increase that pressure back up and spray normally. So that's really cool.
Yep. The other thing that's pretty cool about that too is if you have waterways that are mapped going through the field, instead of having to border around your waterways, you can go right through it. You can just drive right through it, and it shuts off nozzle by nozzle, whichever nozzle is inside your waterway.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
If I ever go through a waterway at night, I got to put a GoPro next to this blue light. That way you can see them all shut off.
There you go.
I've seen stuff like that on TikTok before. It's pretty cool. So then also, along with this cap stand system, you also just recently put boomer circulation on this sprayer, right?
Yeah, so brand new feature for us. This is actually the first sprayer that we've installed it on. The sprayer that we're running on our farm, we're going to have it on that too. And then the plan is to make it as a standard factory installed option if you order cap stand with a fast sprayer moving forward this summer.
So this was the first one that got it?
This is the
Man,
first
I
one
feel special right now.
You get to be our guinea pig on it. No. But so with boom recirculation, what we're doing is we're taking out all the end or the dead spots at the end of the wet boom. So you're constantly recirculating product going through, so you're not going to build up chemical at the end. Yep. So more consistent, mixing of your chemical. Another nice thing is you can purge your booms. So a big thing is when you have water in your booms from maybe rinsing it out from when you switch from corn to soybeans, and you got chemical in the tank, instead of spraying down, say, 20 gallons of chemical on the ground or something like that, what you can do is you can say, I want to purge the booms, and you can run about 20, 25 gallons of, or you can just start recirculating it, and what it'll do is it'll push that water back into the tank, and then just kind of get good mixing of chemical throughout the boom. So you won't have those skip spots at the beginning of the field. You're gonna have
the Christmas tree effect.
Exactly.
Yeah, where it's like before boomer circulation, the inner nozzles would start first, and then it would slowly turn on as you gain pressure and stuff. And with the recirculation, that will not be an issue anymore.
Eliminate the triangles.
Yes, absolutely. And then you guys got something that is unique to fast with the booms too, right?
Yeah, yep. So it's been standard on our 120 and 132 foot sprayers for about 7 years now, since 2015. Okay. So we call it our hydraulic auto yaw boom cushioning system. So when you get to these big 120, 132 foot sprayers, a lot of the stress is driven from kind of your forward and rearward movement of the boom. So before we had this system, we just had a rubber puck cushioning system, which worked, but there were just kind of limitations to that, especially as people started spraying with auto steer and different things like that. So what this system does is we put a sensor on each side of the center section, and it detects the exact angle of the boom at all times. So if it's a couple degrees forward, a couple degrees backwards. So where it comes in handy is you get to the end of the field, you're slowing down, those booms start moving forward. That system picks up on that and automatically pushes more hydraulic pressure to the boom to bring it to a nice controlled stop, and then brings it back to your home spraying position automatically too. So it eliminates all the hard stops of the system and just makes everything a lot more durable and just a longer lasting boom. Also, you can spray a little faster with it too, because you don't get boom walk with it since we're controlling all that. So that's unique to Fast. We're the only company that offers this exact system, and it's something that we take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, we haven't sprayed with it yet, but just even going around the yard a little bit, just seeing that boom have that control, that's something that our self-propelled did not have. Yep. Even the self-propelled, when you made a sharp corner, that boom was really swinging out there. Mm-hmm. So it'd be really cool to see how that works this year. And then also, I see you guys got your tank control, and I looked inside the tank just a little bit ago, and it looks like there's a what are we doing? A float in there?
Yeah. Yep. So there's a stainless steel rod in the middle of the tank, and that has a float integrated in. It's magnetized, and then that's going to communicate with the digital readout that we have mounted right where the quick fill is. So when there is power to the tractor, that'll give you a digital readout of how many gallons are in the tank. So it's kind of nice. You can be monitoring what your tank level is as you're filling. Just a lot more accurate than a gravity-fed sight tube. If it's on a hillside, since that rod is right in the middle of the tank, you're going to get an accurate reading even if you're on a little bit of a hill.
That was going to be my question, because lots of times we might pull up on a field drive or something that's at a slight angle. So being that that's in the middle of the tank, that's going to provide a pretty accurate reading even on slopes.
Yep, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been a very popular option.
No, good. That was one thing I was a little bit worried about. But sweet. Glad to see the integration. And then also you're talking about the steerable hitch here.
Yeah. Yep. So this is an option on nearly every sprayer that we sell out of the factory. So what this does is it automatically compensates so that the trailer will follow the tractor both on hillsides and also when you turn at the end of your fields or the headlands as well. So our goal is to make only one set of tracks going through the field. It's a unique system. It's fully isobus, as really everything else on this sprayer too. It even has a sensor built into it that when you back up into the corner, it detects that and automatically locks and centers itself, and then you go back forward, it automatically re-engages too, so you don't have to go back and turn the system on or off. It just does that automatically.
Yeah, and we were just driving around the yard here, and I'll get in the tractor and show you guys an example here in a little bit, but we were just kind of driving around the yard here and making some corners and watching that track follow the same path as that track was really incredible to me, because that's something that we've never had. Even though like the self-propelled that we had, every time you made a corner, you're making two sets of tracks, running over a lot of crops. And then how big's the freshwater tank? Yeah,
it's a 110-gallon freshwater tank. And then this one also has what we call an electric trailer valve option, which is also a newer option for us as well. So we have a little console up in the cab, and then we turn the valve where the pump is pulling from. That is an electric valve now, so you can switch that up in the cab between pulling from your main tank or pulling from the rinse tank. Where that comes in handy is, say, at the end of the day, maybe you got rained out at the end of the day, you're going to be sitting for a few days and not be able to spray. You want to get all the chemical out of your boom. So you can do this all from the cab now. So you can shut off the pump, switch over that valve so it's pulling from the rinse tank, and then run, say, 50 gallons or whatever you want through the boom to get it cleaned out.
Clean it out, and especially with the PWM systems, I know that's pretty important if it's sitting for a little bit to clean that out.
And then with that, we also integrated in control of your rinse balls here. So the rinse balls are inside the top of the tank, so we use that to clean out the tank, to run clean water through when you're switching.
And that can be done from the cab too?
Yep, that can all be done from the cab. And then also your tank agitations, where that comes in handy is, say, you got 150 gallons left in the tank. Right while you're spraying, you just flip the switch and then shuts tank agitation off, so you get less foaming, better clean out of the tank as well.
Cool.
Try to keep you up in the cab as much as possible.
Yeah, no, I like that. So one thing that Cody and I forgot to mention with this capstan PWM system on the sprayer is the capstan app. So I launched it here on my phone. What's really cool about this is I can walk back here behind the sprayer and I can turn on individual nozzles to check. So if I click the button on my app, it turned on this nozzle, and now if I hit the button again, it turns on that nozzle, and I can walk all the way down the boom and just check every single nozzle. Now that time I accidentally hit the section button. My bad. But you can do entire sections as well. So if I just hit the section button on the phone instead of the valve app, I can do sections of, 15 nozzles maybe at a time. Just go down the line. But I like the individual nozzle better, because you can actually walk behind and you can make sure that the pattern is absolutely perfect on every nozzle before you get in the field without wasting a ton of water and chemical spraying the entire boom. I want to show you guys the steerable hitch in action too. So if I start pulling forward, the boom has to be unfolded, and I start to make a sharp turn here, that hitch moves the sprayer to keep that track in the same track as the tractor. So let me pull out here for a second. So you can see the tractor track right here, and look at that. The sprayer track is right within that tractor track, making only one track through the field, running over less crops. That's amazing. And you can see the hitch here. Right here is straight with the sprayer. Look at how angled that hitch is to keep that sprayer track in line with the tractor. Incredible, love it. So I do want to be honest with you guys out of the gate. We did not buy this. We are doing a year demo on it, and then we have a purchase agreement if we like it at the end of the year. So at the end of the year, if we like it, we can purchase it. But for this year, Fast is working with us, and we're doing a demo on it. So I just want to be clear about that out of the gate with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I am super excited to be testing out this Fast 9420T sprayer this year. This thing looks like an absolute unit, and I am super excited to be working with Fast. Thank you, Cody and everyone at Fast Ag Solutions. This is awesome. What cool guys. They're farmers as well, so not only do they make stuff for farmers, but they use it themselves too. So they're the type of people where if it doesn't work good on their farm, they don't release it. So super excited to be testing this thing out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.